2 nights ago, I played a show with Barry Zito from the San Francisco Giants, and Jake Peavy, this other pitcher for the White Sox. And he flies in all these wounded Iraq and Afghanistan soldiers, and it was one of the most amazing experiences. We played a show for him, and there was a gentleman there that he had lost his arm December 1st and both his legs in Afghanistan. And he was this beautiful soul, only 21 years old. And I've been texting him, telling him about my shows, and I sent him a recording of that song, Happier Hour. And I said, man, you're crazy. And when he gets his prosthetic arm put on, I'm going to teach him how to play slide guitar. And seriously, yesterday was just, I was moved by this guy and the way his whole attitude is about it. And it got me thinking about war, and it got me thinking about the Smothers Brothers. And the Smothers Brothers were very much anti-war. And in the 60s, there was a guy that was president, his name was LBJ, Lyndon Johnson. He had taken over when Kennedy got shot. Now, the United States was mired in the Vietnam War. And the Smothers Brothers ratings were very high, and CBS said to them, you can have any guest you want, any guest. And they said, we want Pete Seeger. Well, CBS was scared because they knew Pete Seeger was anti-war. So Seeger comes on and he sings a very anti-war song. Now, LBJ had an epithet he used for people that were against the war, and he called it Nervous Nellies. So in this song, Pete Seeger actually uses Nervous Nelly in the song. And so CBS cuts it out, and they only do the other 2 songs that Seeger did. Smothers Brothers pitched a shit fit. The tape went back to New York. 6 months later, CBS had to show it because the Smothers Brothers were going to quit. And then the next morning, they had a water cooler moment where everybody was talking about this song, and it's called Waist Deep in the Big Muddy. And after I saw this veteran wounded, I just thought of how senseless it is to follow people blindly into stupid wars. So this is this Pete Seeger song, and it's called Waist Deep in the Big Muddy. I hope you like it. It was back in 1942, I was a member of a good platoon. We were on maneuvers in Louisiana one night by the light of the moon. The captain told us to ford a river, that's how it all begun. We were knee deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. The sergeant said, sir, are you sure this is the best way back to the base? Sergeant, go on, I forded this river about a mile above this place. It'll be a little soggy, but just keep slogging, we'll soon be on dry ground. We were waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. The sergeant said, sir, with all this equipment, no man will be able to swim. Sergeant, don't be a nervous Nelly, the captain said to him. All we need is a little determination, men, follow me, I'll lead on. We were neck deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. Well, all at once the moon clouded over, we heard a gurgling cry. A few seconds later, the captain's helmet was all that floated by. The sergeant said, turn around men, I'm in charge from now on. And we just made it out of the big muddy with the captain dead and gone. We stripped and dived and found his body stuck in the old quicksand. I guess he didn't know that the water was deeper than the place he'd once before been. Another stream that joined the big muddy about a half a mile from where we'd gone. And we were lucky to escape from the big muddy when the big fool said to push on. Now I ain't gonna point any morals, I'll leave that for yourself. Maybe radio's still talking, you're still walking. You'd like to keep your health, but every time I read the paper, them old feelings come on. We're waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep, neck deep, soon even a tall man will be over his head. We're waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on.